world. The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
Hello everyone and welcome to Country with Celine. I am your host, Celine Shamarkey, and today we are joined by Paige King Johnson.
But ain't it just like you coming in from a long hard day, dirty hands wrapping around my waist. Baby, tell me what's happened since I left this morning. And ain't it just like you to be so patient, even when I'm driving you crazy, to know what I want to say before I think a thing. Ain't it just like you to love a girl like me? Ain't it just like you to love a girl like me? Ain't it just like me?
Paige, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Celine?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Okay, first things first. I usually start off with your latest single, but in this case, I'm going to start off on getting to know you. So tell the audience a bit about yourself, where you grew up, why did you get into music, who are your influences, and all that good stuff.
Well, I was born and raised in a small town in North Carolina, and typical small town, there's all kinds of, I was surrounded by country music and surrounded by all the things that were spoken about in country songs. And so that was my everyday life. Grew up on a farm in North Carolina, and music was always part of me in some way, even as a little kid. I grew up singing in church and honestly just singing and being in front of anybody that would pay attention to me. And then I kind of went into taking piano lessons because my older sister was taking them at the time. And then I enjoyed music a lot. And my grandpa kind of saw that that I was getting a lot of enjoyment out of music and not just kind of a hobby. And so when I was 10 years old, he bought me a guitar for Christmas and encouraged me to get into guitar lessons and kind of explore that whole area of music. And I did and loved it. And then that following Easter, my grandpa actually passed away. And so I kind of took that as my sign from God and from him and just the world that maybe music was something that I really needed to take seriously and that it was something that had a lot more in store for me. And so that was really when I started taking music seriously. And I fell head over heels in love with it and just kind of never looked back from it. I moved to Nashville about 6 years ago after I graduated from high school, and it's just been a wild ride ever since.
I just got shivers when you were telling me that about your grandpa. And like when I get shivers, it's a very good sign. Just putting that out there so people don't think I'm crazy. But it's a really good sign. That's, yes, he is always with you. I'm going to say that. I lost my father 2 years ago, and I understand exactly where you're coming from with realizing what you're meant to do, because the same type of experience, but personally to me, something happened and it verified like I'm meant to do this. He's going to be guiding me just like your grandpa is always going to be guiding you every single day. I just want to throw that out there just so I'm sure you know, but I have to tell you that anyways. And now, how old are you exactly?
I'm 24.
97?
Yeah.
Oh, girlfriend, me too. What? I didn't know you're 97.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow, I love that. So you were saying after high school, you moved out to Nashville. Mm-hmm. So you were roughly like 18 years old. Did you move by yourself?
I did. Crazy me.
How was that experience? Because I probably couldn't even live next door for a night.
No, I moved to Nashville right out of high school, but thankfully I was going to college out here. I came to Belmont University here in Nashville and was studying music business. And so that really gave me like a safe and welcoming environment to be able to come to, because I had never left my hometown. Like I come from a 2 stoplight and 1 McDonald's kind of town. Like it was It was like the boondocks. And then I moved straight to Nashville. And so I was scared to death, absolutely scared to death. And, but thankfully I had this great environment, like throughout Belmont, and my roommates and everything just worked out so perfectly that I could not have put together myself. And then I kind of like made my way into the music scene with everybody, and finding my group there, and then started writing songs when I moved here, and kind of found that group and that family for me. And quickly found out that Nashville wasn't as big and scary as I thought it was, but that it was very welcoming to me.
I feel like that's the first thought for a lot of musicians that kind of move to Nashville. It's a big city. Everybody's kind of chasing that same dream in like their own way, whether it's to write songs or whether it's to sing songs. It's Music City for a reason, right? So it can be very intimidating, but I feel like there's a lot of welcoming arms down in Nashville. Everybody's always trying to help each other out, which is so heartwarming to like hear like different stories and to see, because that's what we all need in this day and age, is just like another helping hand from time to time, right?
Absolutely. Preach, girl.
And now, just quickly, what advice would you give to someone who wants to make that leap, but they're scared and they're comfortable where they are?
I mean, for me, it literally was like, all right, just do it if you're going to do it kind of thing. I was at a point in my life where obviously I was having to make like life decisions anyways. And it would have been really easy for me to just stay back at home, because when you come from a small town, that's pretty much what everybody does. And I was terrified, but I just had to like sit myself down like in a corner by myself and like, okay, Paige, you have worked for how many years now doing music, and like at the end of the day, that's what like keeps you going, and that's what you know you want to do. And for me, I knew that the only way that I was going to take that like next best step for me in my career was to come here. And so I did. And so like it was a very good balance of like having to be selfish for yourself, because at that age and with this kind of career, you have to be a little bit. And then also like having that support system behind me of my family and my friends back at home, who are so great and have always believed in me. And they were kind of that like final like push that was like, it's okay, you need to go, you need to do this. And you know, home is always going to be there whenever you want to go back. But I knew it was the right thing for me.
Yeah, you have to take every single opportunity that you get, because you never want to live a life with no regrets. I feel like I'm just spitting out a bunch of quotes right now, but
it's true.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they're quotes, because it's real.
Valid point, Paige. Valid point. And now I was reading up on this. Now, in high school, you opened up for Scotty McCreery. Okay, high school. That's like living a life like Hannah Montana. Like you're going to school as like a normal girl trying to learn math. What's 5 + 5? Whatever it is. Remember pi? Who the heck uses pi? And then at night you're like a singer, so like crazy. How was that? Was anybody like going up to you during the day like, you just opened for Scotty McCreery? Like how was that? Like were you getting interactions like that?
Well, it was during the summer after I had like gotten out, so I wasn't like in the throes of school. Okay. I probably would have felt like a cooler kid if I was like in school and it would have happened. I felt like I had missed out on the boat, and like everybody just thought I was the weird girl who liked music and like sat around and sang with her guitar. So I wish it really would have like happened while I was in school, so I could have like walked into class and been like, but I'm always grateful. Like anytime that I get to open up for artists like that, I mean, whether I would have gotten that attention, whatever, that's not what I'm here for. Mm-hmm. I'm just always so grateful to be able to like take that back seat and watch and like study. And I feel like I am going to school whenever I do get those like opportunities to open up for artists. So it was a really cool opportunity for me.
You learned so much from them, like, because they were all in your shoes not too long ago. And it's nice to, because I've heard a lot of good things about Scotty McCreery too. um, that he's a really nice guy, like down to earth, and like he's always like ready to like lend like a helping hand to help out like newcomers into the country music scene. So that's awesome. I can't wait to see what else that you accomplish too, girl. I feel like it's gonna be a lot, and you're only 24. Like that's still so young. I mean, to us, it might not seem like that, but it's young. It really is young.
In the life of a musician, it is. It truly is. And like I keep telling myself, I'm like, okay, all the like bad, you know what, women in country music, they all like peaked at the age of 30. So I keep telling myself, I'm like, you have 6 years to get there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're good. You're golden. Just like I was watching a little like mini clip of Lily Rose talking, and she was like explaining her journey, and she's like, everybody thought like I was just an overnight sensation. Realistically, it took me 13 years to like get to where I'm going, and it was one lucky break posting something on TikTok, because TikTok is huge. Like, I'm pretty sure you definitely use it. She's like pretty much gonna be set soon, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty crazy. You just need that like one break. And for musicians, it's usually when you're like in your 30s, unless you're lucky like a Justin Bieber or Shawn Mendes, like when you're younger. But for the most times, it's when you're in your later 20s. So yeah, you got time. And now you released your latest single, Baby Don't. So explain to me, how are you feeling?
Good. It's always so fun releasing music. I tell people all the time, I feel like it's Christmas morning as a kid. And I was really excited about this song because this is the first song that I've ever cut and released that was not written by myself. But this song was co-written by 3 of my favorite songwriters here in Nashville, ladies that I look up to. And it was Liz Rose and Lori McKenna and Hillary Lindsay. And so I was sent this song actually by one of my mentors, Miss Pam Tillis, and she texted it to me and knew that I was kind of on the lookout for new music and working on new stuff. And she sent it to me one day, and she was like, Paige, I just heard this song and it sounds exactly like you. She goes, if you don't record this song, you're crazy. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I should listen to you, Pam Tillis.
Baby, don't let me linger any longer if you don't want me to fall like a domino, like a sunset sinking down in Mexico, like a drop of rain when the thunder rolls, like a cowboy riding in a rodeo. Baby, don't.
And I listened to the song and I fell in love with it, and just how good of a balance of like fun and flirtatious, but also like strong in your like respect for your womanhood and yourself that it was. And so we took it into the studio, and it was just so much fun to cut and like make my own and kind of put my own spin on it. And then to finally get it out into the world for people to hear.
I feel like that song suited your voice too. So.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, it was a good, I like the song. It's like, it kind of reminds me too of like Kelsey. I'm going to throw it. Kelsey.
Yeah.
I guess because like a lot of country nowadays too is like turning, there's nothing wrong with this at all because I love pop. It's like turning country pop. It's like mixing, and it's so nice to hear. I mean, yes, traditional country, amazing. Like got to give it up for the what's it called? Pioneers. There we go. Pioneers of like country. But to hear like the modern country too, it's nice like twist. And I feel like a lot of more people are kind of liking our genre a lot more now because it's not so much as what they would say, because I hear it all the time, twangy and stuff like that. It's more pop, they can relate to it better. But yes, love the song, girl, love the song. And now another one I want to touch on is She Holds This House Together. That song is adorable.
It's not just the boards and the floors, the hinges on the doors, the nails in the walls that keep this place from falling. It's not just the windows in the rooms, the shingles on the roof, the bricks and stones that give this place its bones.
special was that to write?
It was so sweet. So I co-wrote that song with a friend of mine here in Nashville. His name is Mike Astrakan, and we write a lot together. And we actually co-wrote this song over Zoom during, I guess it was 2020, yeah, right around Mother's Day last year. And it honestly just kind of started out as like, we were just talking about our moms because it was around the time of Mother's Day and just like sharing stories back and forth. And then somehow like the line "She Holds This House Together" came up, and we both like had that like, that's a song, that's what we're writing today. And so the song was really just like an honest letter that we had written to like for our moms. And we love this song, but that's just kind of what we had left it at the day that we wrote it. And then I was back in Nashville later in 2020 and getting ready to record some music. And I always kind of like let songs settle for me so that I can go back to them later and revisit them with like fresh ears, fresh mind. And I was listening back through songs, and immediately, like whenever I was listening to the song, like tears started welling up in my eyes. And I'm like, okay, maybe this song isn't just a song to like my mom and Mike's mom. Maybe this is a song for like all women out there. And so we recorded it, and it was really fun to be able to like share with my mama. And I had to obviously give her forewarning and let her listen to it before I released it. But it was special to me, and not only like with the experience with my mom of listening to it, but also the stories that I got from listeners who had like sent me messages or comments or whatever and said, I played this for my mom and we were able to, like share over Mother's Day, or people saying, I just lost my mom in the past few years, and this song really like helped bring her memory to me in a very healing way, especially around this time of Mother's Day. So it gave a lot back to me in many ways.
Music is so healing, and it's honestly so special. Music is such a gift, and for those like yourself who are able to make something like that come to life is such a gift. Like, it truly is such a gift. And that song definitely has touched many people, especially with such a song that holds so much meaning to it as well.
Well, thank you. That's our job as songwriters, as artists. I mean, not everybody has the ability to be able to like pull on people's heartstrings and reach that like emotion with people. And I think it's pretty dang cool that my job is to write about my feelings and hopefully be able to reach somebody else's. So I'm always grateful.
The more personable you are, the stronger the connection between the artist and the listener, the bond becomes. And it's so true. And now, Paige, before I let you go, we're going to play a game I like to call Country with Celine Rapid Fire. So I'm going to shoot you out a couple questions, and you're going to answer them, okay?
All right. I feel like I'm getting graded. Okay. Here we go.
You're good. Okay. Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Dunkin'.
Okay. McDonald's or Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, 100%.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I'm an avid lover of Chick-fil-A.
I feel like there's so many people down in the South who love Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Okay, another one. Batman or Superman?
Would you hate me if I told you I really don't watch any of those movies?
Okay, I just thought that was the one that came to the top of my head. All
Okay.
good. All good. Okay, another one. I'm trying to think. Football or hockey?
Football.
Okay, I shouldn't even
That's such a Canadian thing to ask.
I know. Okay. Anyways, let's get to the questions. Most embarrassing moment?
Oh, gosh. You're asking a girl who's, like, really klutzy. So.
Perfect. Shoot out something. You must have something good.
Oh, gosh. I was definitely playing one night. I can't remember where it was. And obviously you'll tell by the story. I was playing somewhere one night, and I was like, at the end of the show, I was like, thank y'all so much. Detroit for coming out. We most definitely, like, I didn't say Detroit. I don't know where we were, but I definitely said the wrong name of the city. And like I kind of like turned like side stage and I saw like my mom sitting back there going, but at that point I had just kind of already done it. So I was like, had to own it. And
Own it. So did anybody scream like the wrong city? Like what?
no, it was just kind of like, I think everybody just realized, oh, this girl's severely mistaken.
What? Wow. Yeah, that's an oopsie. That's a big oopsie.
And I've always really been bad at geography. So it's just like, it was bound to happen at some point. I'm glad it happened at like in the baby parts of my career.
Yes. Imagine you're like opening up or you're like the Miranda Lambert and you're in New York City and you're like, thank you, New Jersey. It's like,
yeah.
No.
No, honey. No, go back to bed.
Yeah, that would be interesting. What is your dream vacation?
There's a tie. I really want to go to both Italy and Greece. I would eat my way through Italy and swim my way through Greece because all the scenery just looks beautiful.
Oh, you're 100% spot on. Favorite TV show?
I feel like I can get like trendy with, watching things, but overall is One Tree Hill. I don't know if you were ever like a CW watcher. Yeah. And I'm from North Carolina, so it was filmed in Wilmington. So, oh yeah.
I completely forgot about that. How about the Outer Banks? Is that in South Carolina?
Outer Banks are in North Carolina.
Oh, they are in North Carolina.
But the show is filmed in South Carolina.
In the world? Okay.
Yeah.
What? Like, wouldn't they just film in the North if it's based out of the... Okay. Anyways, that's an interesting one. Okay. And the last one. What are you going to be for Halloween? It's right around the corner.
I don't really know. I have to work. I have to play a show. I say I have to work. Yeah. How awful does that sound?
Up if you have to play a show.
I haven't really thought into it because I think the show that I have to play, I don't know that it would lend itself to like wearing a costume.
Okay.
So I haven't really planned. Like I always have my little pink ladies jacket that I've had for years and years that I just like, if I don't have a Halloween outfit, I'll just like throw that on with a pair of black jeans and be set. So I may pull that out again.
I'm not even going to lie to you. That was exactly what I was going to do on Saturday. I have a pink ladies jacket and I have no idea. I'm like, I'm just going to throw it on, pink lady. There you go.
Yeah, you can throw on some black jeans and a white t-shirt underneath it and you're good to go.
Then a little scarf on the neck and you're golden.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks so much, Paige, for chatting with me today on Country with Celine. You're adorable, and I love talking to you. We're going to do this again soon, and we're even going to get you on Instagram Live. I'm sure a lot of people are going to like that.
Yes, please do.
And I hope the way you love me never changes, 'cause I've never felt anything like it, and I'll never find anyone just like you.